Hey guys, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I posted anything up on my YouTube channel, but I've just been busy with work and life in general. So, and plus I haven't really had anything that's I think would have been of interest to you guys to post on YouTube, but I think I do now. I just recently got the iPad. So basically this video is on an unboxing of the Zagkeys Pro Plus, and this is what the front looks like. And this one is connected through Bluetooth, as with all the other similar keyboards out there, like the Logitech ultra thin keyboard, which I also was thinking of getting, but I didn't get because it has a piano finish to it, which is very non-smudge friendly, and I really hate smudges. So I opted for this one since this has an aluminum body, which is not doesn't attract smudges. So this is compatible with the iPad 2nd and 3rd generation, as well as the iPad 4, like I mentioned, and it's 0.24 inches thin, and it does have an aluminum body, like I mentioned, and it acts as a case and a stand. So the thing with this one, this is a Zagkeys Pro Plus keyboard. Zag has several versions of their keyboard, which are Zagkeys Pro, which is the regular one, and it doesn't have any backlit keys. This one does. The Zagkeys Pro Plus has a backlit keys, which you could scroll through and change it between white, amber, green, aqua, blue, purple, and red. Then they also have the Zagkeys Profolio Plus, and that one is pretty much the same thing as this. It's a keyboard where you could change the colors, the backlit colors, but it's also like a folio case that provides like a backing protection for your iPad. So this is my iPad 4 that I got, and this one is the one with the cellular data compatibility, and this is where the SIM card goes into, and I got this with AT&T because I am an AT&T subscriber. So let's get on with the unboxing of this, and this is what it looks like. I've actually had this for a couple of days, but I haven't opened it because I've just been busy with like Christmas and wrapping Christmas gifts and like making Christmas dinner. But I decided I should finally probably like open it up. So it comes with the charging cable. On one end you have the regular USB size thing, and on the other end it's the micro USB. And this is not, there you go, focusing. And for the keyboard itself, let's see, it's this, and it comes with literature on how to pretty much work your keyboard, positioning, separating, powering it on and pairing it, charging, lights and buttons, the backlight key, battery, and troubleshooting. Oh, in regards to the battery, I read that this comes out of the box with some juice, so you don't have to charge it. You can start using it already, so which is pretty good. And that's pretty much it. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it does have an aluminum finish on the front as well as the back, and it has the brand name on it, Zag. There are no padding for like feet, I guess, on the back when you set this down, so I'm afraid this might get scratched, you know, if you put it on a hard surface or a table and it moves around, it could potentially get scratched. I would recommend maybe getting one of those things that you can just pretty much buy at like a home improvement store like Lowe's or Home Depot, or even at Target. They have those little rubber thingies that you could put on here like feet to like at least lift it up off of the surface and like pat it. So first impression of this keyboard, it's very nice and sleek. Aluminum is nice, and it is similar to the back of the iPad, with a difference though, that the iPad's aluminum finish is a little bit more shinier and more silvery, as opposed to the ZAGG keyboard. It's a little bit more of a subdued kind of aluminum finish, but it's still nice nonetheless. It doesn't take away from it at all. And so the keys, pretty much they have all your regular full keyboard functions, and on the top they have some shortcut keys. This is the home button to operate your home button on your iPad, search button, I believe this is to scroll through or to activate your gallery or your pictures, so it'll just like scroll through it. This is for the keyboard to make it pop up. Cut, copy, paste, to go rewind, play, pause, forward, volume, low, or volume to mute, I guess, low volume and high volume, and then a lock key. And then right here, this is the little key to check on how much battery your keyboard has. So let's turn this on, and it lights up when you first turn it on, and it does have a little indicator for a caps lock. It should turn on, but I guess since it's not paired with my iPad right now, it's not connected, it's not working. But like I said, this button right here will let you know how much juice you have. Not exactly how much, but if it's enough. So as you see, it's blinking green, so that means it's enough. I don't remember what the percentage is, but like when it gets to a certain percentage, it will blink red to let you know it's time to charge up your keyboard. Then there are, this is basically to turn on your backlit keys, and you can also scroll through this by pressing it several times to make it brighter. So there's to turn it off, to turn it on, that's the low brightness setting, then press it again for medium, and again for brightness, and then press it to turn it off. So let's pair this with my iPad. There we go, it's on. So the thing with this one, the reason why I got just a keyboard and not a case, the Profolio Plus that they had, was because I wanted the option to basically place it in landscape form, as you can see here, as well as in portrait form or whatever. It is more sturdier when it is in landscape as opposed to portrait. It's kind of shaky and not as stable. But if you just want it as a stand like that to view something like that, it does work. But this is more stable in portrait form. So let's pair it. You go to settings. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Settings. And it's on Bluetooth already, and it's searching, and it says now discoverable. In the back of the keyboard, there are the little thingies that I showed you. This is an off and on switch. It's placed on right now, and the pairing button. So basically, you press the pair button, and this is what it shows. ZAGG Keys Pro, it found it, and it says not paired. And at the same time, the caps button is blinking. So press that, and now it says connected. So let's test the typing, the keys, and how it feels like. So I'll go to my notes and type something. Let's see if we can hear the keys. Okay. Disclaimer, I haven't, like I said, this is an unboxing, so I haven't like typed on these keys, but from my impression, there's like enough space between the keys to where, you know, you wouldn't accidentally press the next keys next to it. But like I said, I haven't typed on this. I'm used to typing on a regular keyboard, and this is a little bit smaller than a regular keyboard or a laptop because it is the size of an iPad. So I'm going to type Christine, which is my name. Let's delete it. I actually meant to type, hello, my name is Christine. And with no errors, as you can see. Let me just show you guys. There's no lag when I typed it. It's pretty responsive, so let me just show you how responsive it is. Hello, my name is Christine. And there you go. Pretty good, right? Overall, I like it. It's straight out from the box. Me not having used it yet. I like it. It's seems pretty sturdy. Its body seems pretty sturdy and the keys feel pretty nice, and I like the feature that it has. So let's check out the different colors. So I'm going to turn this on brightness. I don't really think you guys can tell the difference between low, medium, and full bright because my room is pretty well lit right now, but I'll just set it on the brightest setting. So in order to change the different colors of the keyboards, basically you just press and hold this button and then you scroll left and right to go through the colors. So right now it's on white. The next color is red, which is pretty nice. Next one is amber, which is like a yellowish color. Green, blue, or my bad, this is aqua, this is blue, and purple, which is that one. Pretty cool. So yeah, I like the fact that this is backlit. I mean, I can pretty much, use it at night when it's dim, or like say I'm on the airplane or whatever, and it's usually pretty much dim in there and you can type and see what you're doing. So in order to close this does have a magnetic thing. Let me adjust this so you guys can see. To close it, you pretty much just, and you guys heard that snap, you just place the edge of the iPad onto the back part of the keyboard, and it's pretty sturdy. There are magnets on this back, and as you can see, I'm lifting up my iPad and it's not letting go, and that does help in securing it. And you just close it as such. And if you guys heard, there's when you turn off your iPad, this does have the magnet that turns off your iPad automatically when you close it like that. And there's a nice little notch right here so that you can pry it open, and it automatically turns on, as you can see, and off, as you can hear. And on one side of it, it has a notch for your headphones so it doesn't get in the way. The other side, it's just flat, there's nothing there. And on the other side is another notched edge for your charging port. And as you can tell, this is wider than the the charging slot, because this is, like I said, I got the iPad 4 with the lightning type of charger connector, and this keyboard is compatible with the other generations, the previous generations that used a much wider dock connector, so it will fit and work with it. So overall, I like the look of it. It feels a little bit heavier. Obviously, there is some weight to the keyboard, so you are adding some weight to it when it's attached to your iPad. But I like the look of it. It looks like a mini MacBook, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I would recommend this if you guys are looking for a nice keyboard accessory for your iPad.